Oh, hello everybody, it's Megalithic here, otherwise known as Puglo Escobar, and in today's video we'll be taking a look at the Benefactor LM87, retailing for a price of $2,915,000, and I'm sure you'll agree in terms of looks, ladies and gentlemen, it's more aerodynamic than an American Eagle flying a fighter jet now, isn't it? Okay, well here we are, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take these vehicles out into the street and see how they handle. Now Mr. Raccoon in the lead there is in an LM87 that has been fully upgraded across the board. I myself am in an unupgraded version is what I'm stuttering towards trying to say, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see how these vehicles perform. Now, in terms of acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you could see it sort of set off slower there than a sedated snowman now, didn't it? In terms of handling, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, that's what this car really has got going for it. You know, it's sort of tighter than a nervous nun in a whorehouse, if I'm quite frank with you. And in terms of top-end speed, ladies and gentlemen, it's sort of quicker than a kangaroo on a Kawasaki motorcycle, you know. In terms of traction, ladies and gentlemen, you can see it's holding the ground perfectly well there. It's absolutely fine. That really is the sort of the vehicle's strongest point is its traction. You really can't get it to slide out whatsoever. Okay, now we are flying down here. As you can see, we are sort of moving, so it's not exactly a slouch, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm sure you'll agree we have seen things move a lot faster down there as well. Okay, getting to the corner, and it shouldn't be a problem with that handling, and there we are. Okay, well, that is the initial lap as it goes, ladies and gentlemen, the sort of standard lap as it stands, as I like to cringe to say, although it's actually the initial lap, not a standard lap, that's beside the point. We're going to take the vehicle on into the custom auto shop, ladies and gentlemen, here at Maze Bank, and go and have it upgraded. Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We have now entered the custom auto shop, and we will be going through the process of having this vehicle upgraded. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going through this section of the video at double speed, just in order to hurry things along somewhat, but still with the aim to provide you, the viewer, of having a look at the different modifications that can be affected to this vehicle, should you then choose to go ahead and purchase it, you know. And of course, that really is the salient point of this video, ladies and gentlemen. Is the LM87 worth the money? Well, it's worth nearly $3 million, ladies and gentlemen, before you even do the upgrade, so it's going to have to perform somewhere to some degree, isn't it? Otherwise, the answer is going to be a flat out no. I mean, sort of $3 million, ladies and gentlemen, you really are going to, I mean, you're going to be expecting something quite dramatic for that kind of money, one would expect, you know. And the simple truth of it is, we're not feeling it in the car around the street, certainly not in the unupgraded version. That's the way we can put it. Like I say, acceleration is fairly average, ladies and gentlemen. It's certainly not mind-bending or mind-boggling, you know. It's not, again, no slash, but it's not exactly mind-bending. The top-end speed, ladies and gentlemen, did seem to be moving. We shall take it on to the top speed test track and see how that goes. The handling, ladies and gentlemen, as I say, it's probably about the best thing that it's got going for it. It's not as nippy as something like the Krieger, the RSX, or the Ameris, or the T-Gon, ladies and gentlemen, but it has got fantastic traction, and the handling isn't bad at all, really. Okay, well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We have now upgraded the vehicle. We're going to take it back out on the street. Okay, well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are now onto the street, and we've got Mr. Raccoon there, and he's fully upgraded at LM87. I am now in a fully upgraded version myself, and we're going to put them through the street and see how they go. Okay, so it did sort of set off there, ladies and gentlemen, but it's like I say, it's not exactly sort of mind-bending. It's sort of less convincing than the idea that the secret services don't interfere with national elections, you know. And as you can see, we're sort of zooming on down there. The handling, as I say, I mean, ignore my absolutely atrocious driving. Generally speaking, ladies and gentlemen, it's sort of more agile than an anorexic acrobat, you know. That's the simple way to put it. And in top speed, ladies and gentlemen, like I say, it is rapid, you know. It's sort of more rapid than the British government's decline in sensible fiscal policy, or to put it another way, faster than the British government spaffs money up the wall, you know. We come to that hard left corner, and yes, okay, clip the post, but like I say, the handling on this vehicle really is absolutely fantastic. So whoops, daisies, the driving isn't necessarily. Okay, so yes, the cars, yeah, the handling very good, ladies and gentlemen. We're bringing it on round. Okay, so that is the initial or the standard lap around the street, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we are now going to take these vehicles on to the top speed test track to see what kind of top speed they can achieve. Okay, so here we go. Right, this is the top speed test track, ladies and gentlemen. looking at that car, I'm sure you'll agree, ladies and gentlemen, it's sort of got more of a classical racer look than Fidipides, you know. And if you don't know who that is, it's the chap who ran from Marathon to Athens. You know, sort of ancient classical Greece. That's the whole point of that reference, you see. Ancient classical race, so you get the idea? Okay, it doesn't matter. Right, the point is, ladies and gentlemen, 54 seconds, 356. Okay, so 54 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, here's a competitive time, you know. That's Zentorno territory, and there we go. Okay, so there we go, around, or at least down the top speed test track, ladies and gentlemen, the LM87 is technically a competitive vehicle. We're going to see how competitive by putting it around the track now. The very first vehicle we're going to be bringing out is the Anis S80RR, I do believe it's called, ladies and gentlemen. $2,575,000 now. Full disclosure, we had a little bit of trouble getting the lap recorded, but they generally crossed the line, sort of neck and neck there and thereabouts. Okay, the very next vehicle we're going to bring out is another Anis, ladies and gentlemen. It's another sort of Le Mans style car as well. It's the RE7B, retailing for a price of $2,475,000, ladies and gentlemen. And to be quite frank with you, both the Anis S80RR and the RE7B, Mr. Raccoon's opinion and my own, are really wretched vehicles and certainly not worth the money. And it comes as no surprise to us to see that the RE7B is sat behind this sort of $3 million Le Mans car there. Okay, so we're going to give up on the Le Mans style car. There aren't all that many in the game, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to now move on to some vehicles that are rapid, that are expensive, at a sort of similar sort of price range to some extent, and that also have been released recently on the game. The first vehicle we're going to bring out, you can see it in front of us there, ladies and gentlemen, is the Overflod Entity MT, retailing at $2,355,000, ladies and gentlemen. So obviously sort of less than more than $500,000 less, ladies and gentlemen. It did get up the front there in front, but the force, ladies and gentlemen, but the handling is much better on the LM87. It takes us around the corner and down the back there. Okay, so the next vehicle we're going to be bringing out, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is another Overflod. This is the Overflod Zeno or whatever it's called, ladies and gentlemen. Now this is much closer in price to the LM87, $2,820,000, ladies and gentlemen. Purchases you the Zeno, the Overflod there. We do sort of use that handling to catch it in the corner there, and yes, we are now sort of pulling in front of it, but no, ladies and gentlemen, the Zeno does pull away. Okay, so there we go, ladies and gentlemen, for $2.8 million, the new Overflod Zeno, absolutely monsters, the 87 there, and there we go. Okay, so the next vehicle now, ladies and gentlemen, is another vehicle that was released recently. It's another vehicle that's in the same sort of ballpark. You can, and the whole idea of this, ladies and gentlemen, is why, what you want to spend your money on, sort of, really. We're giving you cars that you can sort of compare to it, and it's the Ignis, ladies and gentlemen, $2,765,000. It is a stonkingly good car, ladies and gentlemen, and yes, it's not even close, is it? Yeah, the LM87 for $3 million, effectively, ladies and gentlemen, is languishing behind the latest Pegasi, which looks far more stylish. Okay, there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are going to start to wrap things up. We sort of got we feel like we've effectively sort of got a placement for this car in our mind, so we're going to put it up against the final three. The first of those, of course, are what we like to refer to as a serious contender. For those of you who do not know, for the hoes at home, for the uninitiated, shall we say, the vehicle in question is the Benefactor Serrano, retailing for a price of $110,000. It is a very fantastic leap. It's a very good car, ladies and gentlemen. It can take down some very serious contenders, but the LM87 is not one of them. Okay, so next up on our list, ladies and gentlemen, the sort of the penultimate vehicle in any of our tests nowadays, it is the Pegasi Zentorno, or Big Daddy Z, as Mr. Raccoon likes to refer to it as. $725,000. It's an absolutely fantastic car for that money, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic acceleration, fantastic top speed, very slippy slidey, ladies and gentlemen. We have got fantastic handling, as you saw there on the LM87. That's going to put us down the track in front of it. Okay, just to point out that all the other vehicles are being driven by Mr. Raccoon. He has a channel of his own. His name is the Bromby. If you type that on YouTube, you should go and find it. One more question, ladies and gentlemen, of course, that is the Grotti Itali RSX. It is what we uphold for the time being, ladies and gentlemen, to be the king of the ring, the final masquerade, as Mr. Raccoon likes to call it. And it is a phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal car. It's going to absolutely destroy us, So there we go. If the Overflod did, then the RSX is good. What can we say about the LM87? In terms of acceleration, ladies and gentlemen, it's less impressive than being flashed by an impotent imbecile, In terms of handling, ladies and gentlemen, it's got more grip than a monkey wrench dipped in super glue. And in terms of top speed, ladies and gentlemen, it's sort of quicker than a hand job from a competition cup stacker. There is no other way to put it. In terms of looks, ladies ladies and gentlemen, it's sort of more old-fashioned than the concept of a truthful news media now, isn't it? But the real question is it worth the money? And both Mr. Raccoon and myself are strongly of the opinion that it's certainly not worth $3 million. And to prove that point, Mr. Raccoon is going to throw sticky explosives on it, and I'm going to stand here and wait to be blown up. And there we go. Okay, do hope you enjoyed the video, ladies and gentlemen. As always, thank you very much for watching.